At Henry Ford Health System, we treat the whole athlete, from surgery to cardiology, nutrition to performance conditioning, sports psychology to brain health, using the most innovative technologies like motion analysis and advanced treatments. We champion the whole athlete, from injury prevention and treatment to performance conditioning, with appointments with 24 business hours. Let us create a unique game plan for you, just like we do for the pros. Visit us at henryford.com/sports.
You sit on the sidelines, but your heart is running across that field. His drive becomes yours, his dreams too. So when a torn ACL and concussion threaten those dreams, choose the sports medicine team that treats the whole athlete. Henry Ford Health System. We combine the most innovative technology with a personalized treatment plan so he can get back his confidence. And you can get back to being his biggest fan. Henry Ford Health System. All for you.
So you want to work out, and you're curious about supplements, but don't know where to start. All you have to do is, you're already done. With the Benefit Box, you get full-size supplements customized to you and tailored to your fitness goals. With easy-to-use instructions delivered right to your front door. Visit www.thebenefitbox.com to get started on building your box and you today.
What we've been working on with the girls is trying to grow the team to be more involved with athletics and being a competitive team. We did our first competitions last year, and it went really great. It was an amazing learning experience. It taught us a lot about what we needed to work on as a team. One of the things that we really got to do is we challenged ourselves to be dancing at a higher level. We've been working with the girls on choreography and really pushing our limits as a team.
Well, we went to camp this year, which we didn't do last year, and I think that was a really good bonding experience because it was a kind of a tough camp, and so we all kind of struggled together and kind of brought us together.
For practice, we normally get up, and our practices are from 6 to 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then tomorrow we have pep rally, so we have a little bit of a practice before that. Saturdays is when the game is, and so we'll practice early in the morning on the field. We go to the tailgate, and then we perform.
It's very exciting because it's the first time our freshmen are going to perform for the school, and so they're going to dance for the crowd and have fun.
For us, we're planning on being almost there for every game. We're planning to keep it peppy, making sure the crowd is with us, and just excited overall.
What we're really trying to get people to see us as is the energy at the games. We want to be part of that group along with the band that's really building people up and getting them excited to be just in that whole atmosphere.
My name is Erin Atala. My major is biomedical engineering. I'm a freshman and I'm in the LTU marching band. I'd really like to go to Italy one day because I've been to Europe before and it's beautiful. M&Ms because I really like chocolate. Pineapple does not belong on pizza because I don't like pineapple and I don't think the flavors fit well together at all. My favorite thing about Lawrence Tech is the class size. I really like that they're small and personal and get to know your classmates and your teacher and ask them questions.
We are holding our prospect camp, and we open it up from 7th grade all the way up to seniors, going into their senior year. And we're holding it here at Troy Athens High School, and we got a gorgeous day for it. What it is people who have the dream of playing college softball. And for us, we have some people who are extremely interested in LTU that have come to the camp, or that they're looking to go on to college and play college softball. We go over It's more of advanced drills than just basic drills that we try to do here today.
I really like the prospect camp because there's always a lot of energy with these younger girls, so we get to help them out and grow their skills more, and we get to have fun while we're doing it and teach them like a lot of cool things that Coach Baird showed us.
My favorite thing is they always have a lot of energy. They always have, they're always high-fiving each other, and they talk a lot, and that's probably my favorite part.
We try and bring what we teach the younger kids to our fields. Like if there's something that our teammates aren't understanding, like we try and teach them like we would to teach the younger kids.
So we've got 2 freshmen here today, Aaron and Rylan. And I just met Aaron today and we're already clicking, and it really helps us to kind of learn each other's teaching styles. So it really helps us know how each other, how I learn, how Sarah learns. Like, I learn different than Sarah, and it helps us to help each other.
I want the players here more than probably me. When they see the players doing the drills and being a part of it, it's for our players not only to give back to the game of softball, but also for our players to understand like the coaching aspect and how you do the drills and break down the drills. And our players do an awesome job with it.
So, Grace, I'd like to start out by saying welcome to the Lawrence Tech family. What emotions are you feeling right now as this starts to settle in and really become a reality?
I'm excited. I'm honored and humbled that Scott and the committee believed in me and my vision, and I'm excited and ready to get started.
Grace, when this job opening first came available, I guess what was the initial thought of why it might be a good fit for you?
You know, I've been a part of the WAC as a player and a coach for 7 years. I'm really familiar with it and the competition and Lawrence Tech's players, the roster that they have returning. And so it was an attractive job to me, and I wanted to be back home in my roots.
How would you describe your coaching and recruiting philosophies?
I really think Coach Kai did a great job of establishing, going after driven character young women that are driven on the basketball court and in the classroom. And that's really what I want to continue to look for when we're fitting the LTU mold.
What stood out to you most about Grace during this process?
I think just her attitude and her enthusiasm. She seems like a real go-getter. She's going to have her work cut out. You know, recruiting in our conference is pretty tough, but I think she comes with a great background of recruiting a high student athlete, great GPA, so that's what kind of set her apart from the other candidates.
Inference how tough it's gotten for Lawrence Tech women's basketball, now back-to-back 21 seasons. We had a first-team All-American last year in Nicole Buckingham, the WAC Newcomer of the Year in Kendall Fisher. What are your expectations of this group moving forward?
You know, I expect her to pick up the ball and take off right where they left off. We have a lot of great talent coming back. We did lose a couple of key players, but I expect other people to step up, just like any team, right? Everyone's got to step up and do their role. Coach is going to come right in and get her hands dirty. It's going to be year one, so it's always going to be a different transition, you know, with a new team and a new coach. So we'll see how it goes.
Dahlia. I'm playing for LTU women's soccer, and I'm majoring biomedical engineering. My favorite movie is the Titanic, because every time when I'd go over to my grandma's house, we'd watch it together and eat ice cream every time we went. No matter if it was like 3 times a week, we'd watch the Titanic. My favorite hype-up song is Upgrade You by Beyonce, because it's really upbeat and I love Beyonce. My favorite thing to do in my spare time is either watch Netflix, hang out with friends, or read if I'm interested in a book, which usually I'm not, but sometimes I am. There's small occasions where it happens.
I grew up in Detroit and then moved to Farmington Hills. So I went to Central for a few years and then went to Wayne State and have a civil engineering degree, environmental engineering degree, and a couple masters as well, civil and environmental, with interest in chemistry as well. 30 years of coaching a women's team. Again, another interesting thing. It takes a different approach and a lot of psychology. My wife, Michaeline, is a psychologist, so that helps out a ton. I bring a lot of that in as well. So we started out this summer coming off our best spring that we've had, so we made some improvements. We did really well spring ball, competed really well with some Division II teams, which is a step up for us. And then we had a specific finite role of people that we needed to fill for 2019, and I think we got a good incoming crew to do that. We've hosted more recruit days on campus than we ever have for 19 and 20. We've had over 12 2020s on campus already, so that's one of those things, and they're juniors now, so that's really good. We have a core group of great leadership kids and great seniors this year. I mean, it just absolutely is easy to coach them. So a lot of those successes and that stuff, we set the process, we steer a little bit as a coaching staff, and their foot's on the gas. Always challenging for the girls, and it's not anything the same old, it's always new and always, again, making them comfortable being uncomfortable. That's kind of the cool part. One that I put up on the board already is play in December. That means you made it to nationals, and I think that's a realistic goal. You either got to win the conference outright or you got to win the tournament at the end. So you got 2 shots at that. And I think that's one of those things that if I can get the leadership the junior seniors hungry about, I think it's a doable, achievable goal.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. Fresh off of a busy summer, one of LTU's finest came into the studio to discuss what he was up to over the break.
Over the past couple of years, I've been able to work with a website called DetroitSportsMedia.com, and I work with them as an on-camera reporter. So this summer I did some work with the Tigers, and I had the opportunity to do an interview with Daniel Norris, one of their pitchers, and he's just such an incredible, wide-ranging personality. So it was some good exposure and an excellent experience when it comes to interviewing.
While thriving with the Detroit Sports Media Group, Jason has also had his hands full going above and beyond as the voice of LTU athletics.
So Lawrence Tech has been certainly a vital part of my career so far. At a young age, they've allowed me to get repetitions doing up to 8 different sports. We do mostly TV broadcasts here, and they allow me to work with my play-by-play, which again is what I want to do more than anything in my life. I just love the rush of it, love the thrill of it. It's almost indescribable. I love to study it. It's like an art form. Again, we do TV play-by-play here, so I kind of consider that to be like the score to a movie. You know, you think of a movie and it's really, you see the pictures, but it's the sound that makes it come alive. Lawrence Tech gives me an incredible platform to be able to work on my passion.
Here's a taste of what you might be listening to in the near future on call for Detroit professional sports.
My heart is beating. The heart of Don Riddler Fieldhouse is beating. Another chance to close this one out. Christy Doherty, Isabella McDonald off the 10-foot line. Back set here to Libero. Doherty, the junior setter, to the junior Gramakova. Sprawling to no avail, and the Blue Devils have done it. They have captured the elusive feat of beating the Madonna Crusaders. They've done it in 4 sets. What a night on senior night.
For more information, go to LTUathletics.com and tune into all of their live-streamed home games to hear Jason Ross Jr. on the call. Student athletes from LTU have been known to go above and beyond off the field, and this week we caught up with one of the men's soccer team captains to talk about a pretty cool opportunity he had this summer.
So back in December, our graduate assistant coach, Paulo Ripotas, he informed me of this opportunity with the American Red Cross that he participated in back in the summer 2016. And this past June, 12 other students and myself, all from the NAIA, all student athletes, we went to the American Red Cross headquarters in downtown Washington, D.C., and we were able to go through seminars, different meetings, go through training where we learned so much about leadership, volunteering opportunities, community impact, and most of all, the Red Cross and the impact that they have in the community and what type of services they provide. The first few days when these people started talking to us, they started showing us the impact of the Red Cross and what it does for the community. I realized this is so much more than just visiting a cool city and visiting cool people. Like, this is an opportunity to change my life and to change other people's lives.
With all of the knowledge gained from his experience and learning the benefits of donating blood, Juan is now bringing the cause to Lawrence Tech and calling upon his fellow classmates to help make a difference.
Donating blood can save up to 3 lives each person, so it's a very good cause, and so we hope to hopefully continue that impact here on campus. As of right now, October 22nd and October 23rd, my team and myself, we will be running a blood drive here on campus at the Architecture Gallery. And I know at the end of the day, I'm helping someone. I have no idea who this person is, but I know at the end of the day, my blood is going to go to the program. It's going to be
Welcome into LTSN, another edition of Blue Devil Women's Volleyball on LTSN. Proud, pleased, and privileged to be back with you, Jason Ross Jr., alongside my friend and Lawrence Tech men's volleyball player, Joshua Eckert, for this big clash tonight. Lawrence Tech taking on Aquinas. The Blue Devils come in at sole possession of first place in the WAC conference. Only undefeated team right now, 4-0, 10-1 overall. only loss came in 5 sets, but they haven't beaten this Aquinas team since 2012. Josh, once again, really, really happy to be with you for this one.
I'm very excited, like you said, in our first matchup versus Aquinas tonight.
Jackie Roselle serving to get things underway. It's Zakia Hunt right out of the middle and right away making her imprint felt. Not the last time we'll see that tonight. Zakia, the senior middle, and she has been sensational, leading the WAC in hitting percentage so far. Such a wonderful personality off the floor.
That's a great start by her. Running the J in front of the setter and just getting a first ball side out. Backed up with the waist right by Varvara Gromakova, straight from Russia, how we say it.
Head coach Ed Rule has talked about Vara's serving, and really the serving overall of this team has been spectacular. That's one of their goals coming in, is to apply that service pressure night in and night out. And when you get Vara back there, it feels like she's been going on runs of 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah, actually he describes Varvara Gromakova as one of his best servers and toughest servers because of her weird approach and contact with the ball. So she's someone to look out for tonight from behind the line.
Carly Morris, the starting libero for the Saints, back to serve now. Targets Nicole
Out
Heidel.
of system pass here.
They go to Peyton Klein out of the middle, and she finds her first kill tonight. Spoke to Peyton right before this one. Really interesting personality. She's just a really cool girl overall. She is studying psychology while minoring in child specialty. So she wants to be able to incorporate her work in psychology with children one day, and she's already off to an excellent start. Here's Zakia Hunt on the slide behind.
Zakia Hunt. So tonight we're going to see a lot of middle against middle play because Zakia Hunt and Christensen are the leaders in hitting percentage in the WAC conference. So you're going to see a lot of out-of-system and in-system setting towards the middle so we can terminate and activate, go right back to serving and be on the offensive grind. Great serve by Jessica Lodge, tagging the back of the line. That's the perfect serve. Overruled. Overruled by the up ref.
So we'll bring it back to 3-2 in favor of Lawrence Tech in this opening set of play. We play best 3 sets out of 5. Going for 25, with the exception of what would be a shortened 5th set, if necessary, to 15. And there's the power from Isabella McDonald on the outside. Her first kill tonight. It feels like she's hitting the ball harder this year.
She is. She's worked a lot on her physicality at the net and at the gym, so you can see all this weight room training coming into effect with her swing in such a powerful swing.
This is Mackenzie Fisher back to serve. Another excellent server, but a pretty decent first contact there.
Yeah. It's an easy roll shot picked up by Bella, but that's what we were talking to the coaches, and they told me they were practicing a lot of out of system and off speeds, and that's how the result of cranking one ball right in front of her, and then this roll shot just goes right in the campfire.
We've seen it in practice with the Lawrence Tech, those off speed shots, and Aquinas, their head coach, Ryan Campbell, talked to us about that before this match, and he said that's something they've kind of been working on along with their systems.
Yeah, he did specify that was something that they've been working along because, like he mentioned, this isn't men's volleyball, that power is the only thing that wins. Here you need finesse and off speeds.
Couple of nice digs from Vaipushin during this rally.
See, forcing the middle out of system right here, maybe expecting the ball to go to the middle quite frequently in this matchup from both teams.
6-3 start for Lawrence Tech. They haven't dropped a set in their last 7 matches.
It's impressive. That's impressive, man.
They take care of the overpass. It's the freshman Madeline Hudson from Milford High School.
And that's exactly what we're taught, and we're practice. You go up there, you swing your hardest swing into the deep corner, and she completely nailed it. Great way to make him pay for an overpass.
Typically with middles, it can take some time on the adjustment going from club to college because of the speed and the power of things. But Hudson has adjusted well. She's in that backup middle role. Meanwhile, they go to the setter, Christy Doherty, who's athletic, as you can tell. That goes wide, and Lawrence Tech has an 8-3 lead in this opening set.
The first timeout, very early timeout here for the Aquinas Saints.
We'll step aside with Aquinas head coach Ryan Campbell as he wants to talk things over. Once again, an 8-3 start to set number 1 for Lawrence Tech.
What we've been working on with the girls is trying to grow the team to be more involved with athletics and being a competitive team. We did our first competitions last year, and it went really great. It was an amazing learning experience. It taught us a lot about what we needed to work on as a team. One of the things that we really got to do is we challenged ourselves to be dancing at a higher level. We've been working with the girls on choreography and really pushing our limits as a team.
When we went to camp this year, which we didn't do last year, and I think that was a really good bonding experience because it was a kind of a tough camp, and so we all kind of struggled together and kind of brought us together.
For practice, we normally get up, and our practices are from 6 to 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then tomorrow we have pep rally, so we have a little bit of a practice before that.
Welcome back to LTSN. An 8-3 start for Lawrence Tech this opening set. Another fantastic crowd here at Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Mackenzie Fisher back to serve here. Finds the libero Carly Morris. Vipushin sprawling to no avail.
Here we can see that they were having a little bit of trouble sighting out of rotation number 3. So that's because they only have 2 option hitting. So out of system passing, you can't set the middle. So the block goes and camps towards the outside.
Able to get the side out they needed there. Blackford serving. McDonald. That's popped up by Morris. Went into the ceiling and then dropped down.
I want to give a shout out to Christy. That's a great set. That's a great set by Christy. She completely faked out the block, left her on a one-on-one, and it's a 90% kill ratio on that, on a 1v1.
That's a BB, but it actually goes back over, and it'll be a point for Aquinas. Wow.
Off the dome.
Yeah. Wow.
Never seen that one. That's called a bum kill for you right there if I've ever seen one. Robbed the ace right out of Christie.
Tough serve. Blue Devils will be out of system here. They just have to deliver a free ball to Aquinas. They run Christensen on the slide.
As we said, we're going to see a lot of middle action here. Watch how Christensen is going to get set 50 to 60% of every ball.
Gramakova, talk about a player who is hitting harder this year. Ed Rule calls her the Russian secret weapon. I love that.
Yeah, it's clever. You know, before she had a lot of off-speed shots into deep corners, and throughout her career, we've seen her bloom into the player that she is today, and I love it. She's actually hitting the ball now. Ooh. Thank you.
Free ball sent over by Rash. They go to the middle as per usual. Blue Devils out of system. Morris the bump set out of the back row, and that point will go to Lawrence Tech.
Way to be up, Madeline. That was a great way to use her eye work and just stay in the pipe. As you can, I don't know, but we did notice that they set the pipe ball a lot. So that's another thing we're going to have to watch out for. But here she is again, the middle.
Right back to her. They run her on the slide again.
As you can see, she is a first option for their offense. So the offense runs through her first and then through everyone else's hitters.
Christensen is second in the conference in hitting percentage. There's a shank pass and a double contact.
As we can see here, like we talked earlier before, LTU serving paying off completely. Right now we're off to a 13-5 lead. And I want to say most of the point scores is because of that, passes like that. They're out of system and they can't even take a full swing at it. So they're not putting any pressure into our defense to come up with a play. Another free ball for LTU. Let's see if we run a combo play here.
Just Lodge able to put that point away. The Macomb, Michigan native, a part of what they're calling their communications team. They don't have captains this year, but going with a leadership group, some of the older players have taken that role of kind of getting together every couple of weeks with the team. Ed Rule said he wants to step outside of that off-the-court stuff and just leave it up to his, what they're calling the leadership team. His wife, Michaeline, who is in the stands tonight. She's a psychologist, doesn't have any clients tonight, so she was able to make it. She kind of came up with the idea, telling Ed that, hey, this is going to be much better than captains, and it's worked out for them so far. It's such a fun group. They gel so well. They're a bunch of bubbly personalities. Love being around this team.
Me too. And they're a fun group of girls, like you said. That's a great swing by Jessica Lodge, right in the deep corner. That no one's picking that one up. It's called the undefendable spot in women's and men's volleyball. It's the perfect swing. As we can see, Sakia Hunt is coming into the front row, so expect LTU to give her a couple of balls here to get her going from the beginning, as Aquinas is trying to do here with Christensen.
That's on Christensen with the roll shot. Defense came up, and she just kind of lofted it over top. She has a variety of weapons to go through in her skill set.
Yeah, a lot of
dynamic
tools.
hitters in the conference.
Yeah, a lot of tools she has on her tool belt right in here. We can see tipping, roll shot, swinging high half the hands, low into the block. She's out of the play. Number 22 has a very different arm swing. She has kind of a roundhouse arm swing for Aquinas. She definitely winds up towards the ball, and that's how she gets all of her power into her swing. In comparison to against her right in front of the net, Jessica Lodge has a traditional arm swing, which is a high elbow, high snapper into the court.
We saw that on film yesterday. Nice up by Rash.
Great
and
tip.
Doherty opts to go over on 2 contacts. Christy Doherty, she'll do that a few times a match. I mean, she disguises it well with her body and notices the vacant area and just dumps it right over. All of a sudden, it's 17-7 in the opening set for Lawrence Tech. Gramakova, an excellent server, providing the pressure once again here. Big swing off the touch.
Yep. Great swing, great high hand swing by their outside.
Allie Blackford, 5'9" junior from Wyoming, Michigan. Wasn't in the starting lineup a couple of nights ago against Concordia. It was a 3-set win for Aquinas the other night against Concordia, as Just Lodge delivers a bomb down the line. We spoke to head coach Ryan Campbell for Aquinas about that 3-set win the other night. They've had a bunch of tough 5-setters that they've had to gut out. Some of them they've been on the downside of. So he said it was a pleasant feeling to be able to relax a bit in 3 sets the other night.
Another tough serve by the LTU Lady Blue Devils. Wow. They're putting up a serving clinic tonight. Out of system 50 to 60% of the time over here at Aquinas.
Lawrence Tech currently in sole possession of first place in the conference. Nice soft touch off the block in transition. That point will go to Aquinas as it sails long on Isabella McDonald.
Here you can see the Aquinas bench trying to pump up their starting lineup with cheers and being loud and clapping, and I like that. That's what volleyball is all about.
This atmosphere has been spectacular so far. Once again, McDonald couldn't get a touch.
She'll find her range here. She's struggling a little bit right now. She's hitting a little too far over the top, but she'll definitely find her range here in the next coming sets. She's one of our experienced leaders.
And Ed Rule told me with Isabella that there are times as they go to her again here, this time peels off on the speed a bit, there are times when overpass taken care of by Doherty that Isabella will be a bit too early jumping up because she wants to go up so fast and she has such an excellent liftoff. So just cleaning up some things timing-wise. And then they think she could be a player with the potential to hit 400 night in and night out.
She could be. She could be. I mean, you can see it with her approach. It's very dynamic and explosive. She's just a big girl with a big approach, and that's what you like to see. She can definitely be a player that can take over a match like no one's ever seen it.
Still, though, even in that point, service pressure continues to be sensational in this opening set, and it's been a big part of why they have a 20-11 lead. Trying to stem the tide here back at the service line is Peyton Heedy.
Another great pass by Reinali.
Roselle, haven't called her name too often tonight so far. McDonald Nice touch. They run hard in transition, do the Saints. That time Roselle gets in the mix. The 6'1" sophomore outside from Grand Rapids.
It's a great swing by her. She overpowered the defender. Mackenzie Fisher was there. She just couldn't, gobble it up to give LTU the dig.
Roselle is also really effective out of the back row. Here's McDonald. Nice dig in the back row that time by Morris. This point will go to Lawrence Tech. That sails wide, 21-12.
Little wide of a set for her to actually do something with it, but she tried it. And she missed the court by 1 or 2 feet, so that's an acceptable swing by her.
Christy Doherty, the reigning WAC setter of the year, back to serve, leading the team in service aces and leading the conference in service aces. Reinali Calisin, the Alberta native, digs that out.
Here we're going to see an out-of-system ball. Oh, it wasn't even picked up. It wasn't the strongest hit by Barbara Gramakova, but the difference is the placement of it. She just places it so fine and so perfectly that she just scores no matter if she hits it roll shot or with power. Tight ball, joust at the net. Bella won the joust on that one. McDonald with a joust win. Here you can see the Aquinas Saints are bringing in the circle a little tighter in the huddle because they're trying to cut into the league. Volleyball is all about momentum. So here, there's no way they're coming back into the set. So all they're trying to do is create some momentum for next set.
Short serve from Doherty this time around. She'll send this one over. Callie Crawford sets Roselle and able to find the vacant area in the middle of the floor. Aquinas was favorited in both matchups a season ago. They swept Lawrence Tech. This time it's different. The Blue Devils are trying to avenge their postseason loss to Aquinas a season ago that ended the 2018 campaign in the WAC semifinals. Their first chance to avenge that loss.
Here's a combination play ran by the girls. High swing by Varvara Gramakova. Nice sub, Mackenzie. It's okay, that's a good rally overall. They're picking up a lot of off speeds, and that's one of the things Coach Dave Nichols and Edra Rule mentioned, that they wanted to pick up a lot of off speeds, and they had to get better at tips and roll shots.
There's a short serve. They target Gramakova, looking to take her out of the play, and ultimately come away with the point there. Olivia Martinelli trying to get on a run here. Junior from Byron Center, Michigan. Enjoys her time on the beach out in West Michigan. She plays quite a bit of beach volleyball, so there's some nice spots out in West Michigan for that. Has to come up with a defensive play there. Roselle. We get a net violation call.
Here, it's not really a net violation. When she dove under the center line, so it's a center line violation. But here you can see Coach Dave Nichols trying to persuade the official into telling him that she did not affect the play. Because if she can go under the line, as long as she doesn't affect the play or touch a player from the opposing team. Here you can see Edra Rule is trying to see the type of explanation the official is going to give him.
Blue Devils off to their best start under head coach Ed Rule at 10-1, 4-0 in WAC play. But in search of their first win over Aquinas since 2012. It's been 2,527 days since that last win over the Saints. That serve sail is long, and now getting closer to taking a one-set lead.
And this is a very cliche thing I'm about to say, but ball don't lie, you know?
Yeah, I think people are tweeting that right now.
Yeah.
Set point for Nicole Haida. Couldn't have a more perfect player back there. She's so calm. And there it is. The Blue Devils do indeed close out the opening set, and in rather convincing fashion. 25-16 the line. A fantastic atmosphere inside of Don Riddler Fieldhouse, where the Blue Devils have won 10 of their last 11 matches on this home floor. We're looking to continue that stretch tonight. We'll see you back on the other side of the break. You're watching Blue Devil Women's Volleyball on LTSN.
My name is Erin Atala. My major is biomedical engineering. I'm a freshman and I'm in the LTU marching band. I'd really like to go to Italy one day because I've been to Europe before and it's beautiful. M&Ms because I really like chocolate. Pineapple does not belong on pizza because I don't like pineapple and I don't think the flavors fit well together at all. My favorite thing about Lawrence Tech is the class size. I really like that they're small and personal and get to know your classmates and your teacher and ask them questions.
We are holding our prospect camp, and we open it up from 7th grade all the way up to seniors, going into their senior year. And we're holding it here at Troy Athens High School, and we got a gorgeous day for it. What it is people who have the dream of playing college softball. And for us, we have some people who are extremely interested in LTU that have come to the camp, or that they're looking to go on to college and play college softball. We go over it's more of advanced drills than just basic drills that we try to do here today.
I really like the prospect camp because there's always a lot of energy with these younger girls, so we get to help them out and grow their skills more, and we get to have fun while we're doing it and teach them like a lot of cool things that Coach Baird showed us.
My favorite thing is they always have a lot of energy. They always have, they're always high-fiving each other, and they talk a lot, and that's probably my favorite part.
We try and bring what we teach the younger kids to our fields. Like if there's something that our teammates aren't understanding, like we try and teach them like we would to teach the younger kids.
So we've got 2 freshmen here today, Aaron and Rylan. And I just met Aaron today, and we're already clicking, and it really helps us to kind of learn each other's teaching styles. So it really helps us know how I learn, how Sarah learns. Like I learn different than Sarah, and it helps us to help each other.
I want the players here more than probably me. When they see the players doing the drills and being a part of it, it's for our players not only to give back.
Welcome back to LTSN. Lawrence Tech took the opening set 25-16 over Aquinas, a team that historically they've struggled against, but this feels like it could be a big win for the program moving forward. Over the past couple of years, they've kind of gradually increased their win total. Last year, this Lawrence Tech program really burst onto the scene with a program record 22 wins. Right now, 4-0 in WAC play, sole possession of first place in the conference. And Josh, we talked last night about how important passing would be in this matchup, especially considering how good the middles are. You have Zakia Hunt on the Blue Devil side and then Kylie Christensen on the Aquinas side of things. And so far, the Blue Devils are applying immense service pressure.
Well, yeah, like I mentioned earlier before when we talked to the coaches, both coaches actually said that their main point was serve, receive. So they need a first contact, a 3-point pass, so we can get to activate their middles and they can activate and get Christensen hitting to the efficiency that she's been hitting the whole season. Because right now she's only hitting 200 with 5 total swings and only 1 kill on 2 hitting errors. So that is not a good killing ratio by her standards,
Shelby Rash back to serve here. The transfer from Muskegon Community College that head coach Ed Rule was very high on coming into this season, and she has lived up to expectations. Once again, out of system are the Saints. Rash will bump set Gramakova into the cross court.
Nice dig by Shelby.
Rash not letting anything hit
there
the floor.
There we go. The middle matchup that we were talking about, Christensen against Zakia Hunt.
That was really their first confrontation of the match.
Yes, it was. But as you can see, Christensen just rotated out of bounds, but she did get that block solo against Zakia.
Nice first contact. They go to Gramakova, one of the more dynamic opposites in the conference. The vaunted block of Hunt and Gramakova was up there. Sprawling effort from Heiduck to keep that alive. And Lodge able to finish it off. Credit Nicole Heiduck there.
Yes, that's a great dig by Nicole Heiduck and a great save by Christy Dorothy, using her platform to chuck the ball outside to the pin. Just a dime. Butter, man. She sets butter.
Heiduck just brings a certain level of calm to this team at a young age, still a sophomore. As Gramakova does once again well back there on the service line. Heiduck just a sophomore, so composed, such a business-like approach to the game.
Yeah, and here we see again Gramakova with her effective serving, having the Saints all sorts.
Has been applying relentless pressure tonight. Out in the middle, Klein.
That's a great touch by Nicole Heiduck.
They do have to send over a free ball.
Oh, she showed that way too early.
Hunt on the slide, denied by Roselle.
And on this play, you could see the middles really transitioning hard. You could see number 3 for Aquinas Saints and Sakia Hunt really transitioning hard after landing from the block, just going back to the 10-foot line, trying to really asking for that ball, asking for Christy Dorothy and the Aquinas Saints setter that ball. They really want to involve their middles.
Something that we saw in film yesterday, how hard they transition, as you mentioned there. Here's Hunt. Peyton Klein was ready for it. Just Lodge on the outside. Once again, Klein over there, this time teaming up with Kelly Crawford.
This is where the ladies have to side out right here. This is a very important point, and you can see the Aquinas bench completely getting into the flow of the game. They're starting to get into it, and as they get louder, they bring spirit and energy to the starting 6. So that's something you want to keep them out of the game.
Service pressure is picked up for Aquinas, so as they're blocking. They were sensational when it came to the blocking side of things a couple of nights ago against Concordia. And beginning to see that a bit more now that we didn't really see in the opening set of play. This is actually their first lead of the match at 4-3 in the second set.
Nice up, Alicia.
Roselle. Sprawling effort from Rash. And then the block from Zakia Hunt.
On the solo block and the overpass, Sakia. Way to time that block. That was great. Big point. It ties it up at 4-4 here, and coach doesn't have to use one of his early timeouts.
The decibel level rises inside of Don Riddler Fieldhouse. After the massive block, another good serve. Here is Roselle. That's wide.
This is where the girls can create some separation from them. This is one of their strongest rotations with Sakia in the front row and Bella McDonald in the front row as well. This is where we can do some damage and really create pressure onto this Saints team. Another great serve. You see how they're serving them short? They're trying to limit number 18's offense by having to make her pass first and having to transition double as hard as what she usually would when she doesn't have to pass.
Just Lodge, a really good leader on and off the court. Aquinas able to survive that initial service pressure, and Callie Crawford dumps it over. And now Roselle will look to go on a run.
Here we're trying to see if the girls are going to keep their three-point passing ratio up, which hopefully they do, because that's going to lead to very positive results with Sakia and Bella McDonald in the front row. It's a lift. It's a good call by the ref. That ball definitely sat on her platform a little longer than it should have.
Sends Mackenzie Fisher back to serve. One of 6 seniors on this Blue Devil roster.
Yeah, very senior-heavy team. That's probably some of the reasons why they're also being so successful this season. You know, in volleyball, IQ and seniority go a long way because you want to minimize errors just like that. You want to minimize errors and just have a clean, not chaotic starting 6.
On the flip side of things, Aquinas, very young, lost a few key players last year. And including their captain and a couple of excellent outside hitters. There's bringing in a new setter this year, full-time in Kelly Crawford.
So you can see here, Christensen comes into the front row for the Aquinas Saints. Keep an eye out for her. She's probably going to get 50 to 60% of all the sets here if they get good option passes.
Isabella McDonald able to put that one away. Junior from Farmington, Michigan, Mercy High School, which is just about 15 minutes away, maybe less than that, if the traffic is working out for you. She was really excited about her junior year, looked good in the preseason, and has carried that over. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast that she's a player the coaching staff feels could be a 400 hitter night in and night out. Blackford able to dump that down on the off speed. Fans are campaigning that it didn't hit the floor, but I believe it did.
No, it's just the ref called the lift, and the fans didn't like it. They didn't think Reinali had lifted the ball, but it did stick on her palm a little longer than it should have. You're only allowed 0.1 seconds to sit of contact with the ball. Here's a combination play, which we'll see a lot if our Lady Blue Devils can keep their passing up. So if we get 3-point option passes, we can get creative with our offense, For example, Exhibit A, when you get creative with your offense, it's always one-on-one matchups instead of having 2-on-1 matchups, which leads to more effective hitting percentages into the game.
Something else that we saw on film last night. Christensen not expecting the set from Crawford there. Free ball coming to Aquinas. Nice soft touch off the block. Transition opportunity brewing. Some good defensive work has really picked up for Aquinas here in this second set.
It really has. Their coach probably went into the huddle and told them we got to be better with our first contact and with our platform contact. They were struggling clearly in the first set with their platform, so probably something that they emphasized in the huddle. A little bit of an overpass by McKenzie, but we'll get the next one here.
Lodge unleashing the power that they know she has, and it gets the Riddler back into it. Once again, the decibel level rising in the building. Such an incredible atmosphere tonight. This Blue Devil program now 10-1 in the season, 4-0 in WAC play. First in the conference, off to their best start in the modern era of this program, and it's caught on around campus. Another great turnout on this Friday night. Block is up that time against Blackford. Christensen able to burst through the daylight.
Here she is. I told you she was going to get a lot more sets here this set. They definitely need her to wake up and be the player that she has been the whole season for them, which is someone who can take over a match in a blink of an eye.
Christensen, a business major from Cadillac, Michigan, which is about an hour north of where Aquinas is located in Grand Rapids. And there were a few other schools going after her. She was a highly touted recruit for the Saints. She was All-State her senior year, had All-State second-team honors her junior year. So they went up about an hour north, were able to snag her away from a couple of other schools. Now second in the conference in hitting percentage. As we're at 11-all in this second set. Lawrence Tech up a set. Roselle goes off speed. Hunt's able to just trickle that through the block.
Here we see how the Aquinas sets Christensen, LTU sets Hunt. It's a bit a battle of the middles, man, and it's great. It's great. They're transitioning hard, and you can see it. It's paying off with their hitting percentages and their kills.
Best middle matchup of the season so far in the conference.
Another middle set.
That time to Peyton Klein, who we spoke to before this one. The Bruce Township, Michigan native. Really nice personality. Couldn't meet a nicer person. She's an incredible athlete, particularly when it comes to leaping. She still holds the high jump record at Romeo High School, majoring in psychology and minoring in child specialty, hoping to use her psychology field one day to help children. Really?
Yeah, very impressive young lady, man. Very composed. She knows what she wants, and you can tell that she's a hard worker on and off the court.
Rash has played well tonight. Libero in the black jersey for Lawrence Tech.
Rafters, that's a great dig.
Doherty dumps it over. Not the first time we've seen that tonight, but she disguises it so well.
She really does, man, and she sees the floor. She really sees the floor so perfectly. That ball, for not even to be touched on a pancake from a setter dump, that means you're disguising it and you're seeing the floor like no one else is seeing it.
Christy Doherty, the reigning WAC setter of the year. She's also working about 20 hours a week. She's already started an engineering job where she's the only female engineer, and she is just such a hard worker on and off the floor. So smart, so cerebral, and that really carries on to her success on the floor. This time she sets McDonald and picks up another assist, and Isabel McDonald picks up her 6th kill of the night.
McDonald overpowering the defenders. That's really what she does. That's her bread and butter. She hits the ball hard and harder. That's the only 2 speeds she got.
Doherty actually learned how to set playing pickup volleyball, because naturally when you're playing pickup volleyball, there aren't a ton of setters. So she one day said, when there weren't any setters available, she said, hey, I'll do it. And that kind of led to what we have now, the WAC Setter of the Year here at Lawrence Tech. So an interesting story there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, once again, deadlocked at 14 here in this second set. Lawrence Tech up a set. The metrics when it comes to volleyball in general, that first set is so important. So obviously a big set here for Aquinas, trying to get on a run here with Roselle back at the service line.
It's a very important set. You know, you don't want to lead them be ahead 2-0 and then having all the momentum going into the third and final set. You know, you don't want to have all the pressure with your backs against the wall. So here they're trying to even up the set, but this is the matchup we were expecting from the beginning. We weren't expecting a matchup to be one-sided, you know. We're expecting a tight, contested matchup, and we're getting it now, which is something we wanted to see.
It's been a fun second set. Here's Peyton Klein. Dumps it over, but Doherty there on the off-blocker coverage. Now a 2-point lead in this second set for Aquinas. Actually their largest of this set, and Ed Rule will take a timeout. Looking to step aside. Lawrence Tech hasn't dropped a set in their last 7 matches. Aquinas with a 16-14 lead in the second set, but the Blue Devils up 1-0. You're watching Lawrence Tech women's volleyball on LTSN. Start out by saying welcome to the Lawrence Tech family. What emotions are you feeling right now as this starts to settle in and really become a reality?
I'm excited. I'm honored and humbled that Scott and the committee believed in me and my vision, and I'm excited and ready to get started.
Grace, when this job opening first came available, I guess what was the initial thought of why it might be a good fit for you?
You know, I've been a part of the WAC as a player and a coach for 7 years. I'm really familiar with it and the competition and Lawrence Tech's players, the roster that they have returning. And so it was an attractive job to me, and I wanted to be back home in my roots.
How would you describe your coaching and recruiting philosophies?
I really think Coach Kai did a great job of establishing going.
Welcome back to LTSN. Jason Ross Jr. alongside Joshua Eckert, LTU men's volleyball player. Josh, you have such an incredible knowledge for the game. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to your sister Naomi on winning Setter of the Week, was it? And your family as well. I know how into it your dad is, so no, he loved that. As the Blue Devils are able to get the side out they needed out of that timeout.
Thank you for the shout out of my sister, Jason. I appreciate it. She did win Setter of the Week in the NE10 in Division II volleyball, so that's always a very proud moment as a family.
Mackenzie Fisher back to serve here.
Nice set.
Madeline Hudson, the freshman middle. Aquinas team runs so hard in transition. There's a touch off the block and a transition opportunity for the Blue Devils. Excellent defensive play from Vi Pushin. the sophomore, and Alicia Vaipushin, credit her there.
This is Christy, just her vision of the court is just completely like above anyone else's, man. What you said about her playing pickup volleyball, this is the result of it. She just loves the sport. She plays it so much that her IQ is just at a whole nother level this year as a senior.
Vaipushin has such a bubbly personality as well, and Ed Rule told me when that personality is on, she's typically playing well, as we get the double contact there.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there with Madeline Hudson. She hit it twice. That's all right. Here we are at 16-17 with Aquinas Saints leading our Lady Blue Devils.
It's a first-year coaching staff for Aquinas. They lost a few key pieces, as we mentioned. And naturally, they've had to take the bumps and hurdles that come along with inexperience. It's an overall young group, relatively speaking, based off the success that they've had over the past few years. They take now an 18-16 lead in this second set, coming off a 35-8 season in 2018. Won the WAC conference at 17-3 in conference play. Were picked to win the conference coming in, 2-2 through their first 4 matches in WAC play. The expectations were perhaps a bit high considering what they lost, but trying to get on track here and come up with their first big road match win of the season. But currently trailing a set are the Saints.
Hey, here we can see Carly Crawford for the Aquinas Saints really being offensive as a setter. That is 2 points back-to-back that she has looked to setter dump the ball, and she has scored. So here our ladies have to pick up their defense and just communicate a little bit better with themselves to pick up those tip balls. We can't keep giving her free, easy set overs, you know.
Well, this Aquinas team doesn't lay down. I mentioned they are 5-8 on the season, but they've had 4 5-set matches already in conference play. Lost 2, 1-2. They're a scrappy group.
And there we just saw Bella again doing what she does best, overpowering defenders. Once again, just powering through the block and getting the ball right into the opponent's side of the net. Great soft block by our blockers here. Varvara's going to get the set. You're going to see a lot of Varvara here. She's been sitting out the past 3 or 4 rotations, so Chrissy's going to get to activate her and keep on going with her here.
Gramakova likes to go down the line, as we saw there.
Oh, so it seems like the upref overruled his line judge once again.
Second time we've seen that today.
Yes, we have, and it's very particular because he doesn't have the best angle on the ball. The best angle on the ball, the line judge has it. So if you have her there, why not use her, you know?
They serve Gramakova, trying to take her, or at least slow her down on the play this time around.
That's a double. And once again, ball don't lie. Last time we were in this rotation, we got a couple of points. We need some points here to tie up the match going to the 20s. For anyone watching the game that knows about volleyball, you know how important points 20 through 25 are. They're the most difficult to get and by far the most important of the whole set.
They have had success in this rotation as Just Lodge is able to turn that down the line. The Dakota High School alum really had a good offseason after suffering that wrist injury that cut her season short a year ago and kind of threw off her mentality and kind of threw off her physical ability naturally, but she has bounced back. Such a dynamic hitter.
She is a very explosive hitter for her size.
This time it's the freshman, Madeline Hudson, out of the middle. She's caught on well as a freshman middle. Gramakova into the cross court.
Here we see Varvara again with the great spotting on the court. She doesn't always hit the ball with power, but you can definitely tell that she played beach back in Russia, man. Her beach shots are just insane. Her accuracy with her off speed.
Well, we get another timeout called. This time on the Aquinas side. Head coach Ryan Campbell would like to talk things over in his first year as head coach of the Saints. Deadlocked at 20, a crucial second set. The Blue Devils up 1-9. We'll take another quick breather here on LTSN. You're watching Lawrence Tech Women's Volleyball.
My name's Dahlia. I'm playing for LTU Women's Soccer, and I'm majoring biomedical engineering. My favorite movie is the Titanic because every time I'd go over to my grandma's house, we'd watch it together and eat ice cream every time we went. No matter if it was like 3 times a week, we'd watch the Titanic. My favorite hype-up song is Upgrade You by Beyonce because it's really upbeat and I love Beyonce. My favorite thing to do in my spare time is either watch Netflix, hang out with friends, or...
Welcome back to LTSN. 20-20 in this second set. Lawrence Tech up a set. Hajduk back to serve. This is the stage of a match where you really separate good teams from great teams. Who can come up in these final 5 points of the set? Net sail is long on Christensen, and the Blue Devils on a mini 3-0 run here.
Yeah, very rare hitting error by Christensen here, especially when you know the ball is going to her because it's 20-20. You know, it's.
She is second in the conference in hitting percentage. That time, able to dump it down into the vacant area. 21-21 in this very important second set for Aquinas with Allie Blackford back to serve. She's on a bit of a rush streak individually, hit negative last time out, but had a 16-kill performance earlier in the season, so they know she has the ability. This time trying to apply the service pressure. Dramakova, though, able to trickle that through the block.
Expect Gramakova, and here she comes, Sakia Hunt. Expect Gramakova and Sakia Hunt to get a lot of balls here to close out and finish out this very important second set for our Lady Blue Devils.
Gramakova and Hunt high-five each other. Smiles on their face as per usual. Rash serving here, and she's able to get Aquinas out of system, although some good out-of-system work. Jackie Roselle able to finish that off from the 3-meter line.
And when that happens, that means you didn't close the block towards the net, so you want to be as close as you can to that top tape, and that's why the ball trickles inside of your block and falls on your lap.
A lot of coaches will talk about sealing off the tape of the net, using the good handwork, but the Blue Devils get it right back on that service error. And look who's back there to serve, Varvara Gramakova, the Russian secret weapon. In the words of head coach Ed Rule, she could very well finish it off, as we've seen so far throughout the season, as the overpass is dumped over by Doherty. Set point and a chance for a commanding 2-0 lead.
She is serving BBs tonight. She is really serving BBs tonight. They cannot seem to pass her at all.
Roselle able to keep the Saints alive.
She hit OTT right over the top of the block on that one. She really elevated for that one. Here we go. All we need here is first ball side out. Who do you think the ball is going to go to, Jason?
Ooh, well, they'll serve Rash. Not who you want to serve, the Libero, and Zakia Hunt. That's wide. 24-24. You have to win by 2.
That's the player you wanted to take the swing. That's exactly who I thought she was going to get set to, but watch Chrissy. She'll probably give her the ball right back, or we got it right back with a serving error. She choked.
The service errors have creeped in a bit too much in the latter stages of this second set, where there's been a hard-fought, very fun second set here inside of the Riddler. It is loud, as you can tell. Jess Lodge on the second set point for Lawrence Tech. Little off-speed shot finds the donut hole, the campfire, whatever you want to call it, in the middle of the floor there. 25 all now. Once again, you have to win by 2. Jackie Roselle will head back here to the service line for the Saints.
Here we go. We need a first ball side out right here.
Forest Hills Northern High School alum serves Reinali Calisin. Nice coverage. That point will go to Aquinas. 4 contacts called. And we get a timeout called as well by head coach Ed Rule. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Set point for Aquinas, looking to knot it up at 1 set apiece Blue Devils haven't lost a set in their last 7 matches. Welcome back to LTSN. Set point coming up for Aquinas out of the break. We talked about the middle matchup coming into this one between Zakiya Hunt, #1 in the conference in hitting percentage, and Kylie Christensen, #2 in the conference in hitting percentage. Aquinas has tightened things up defensively in the second set and really keyed in on Zakiya Hunt.
Yeah, this is when you give the ball to your best player and your terminal hitter, and Zakiya Hunt is the terminal hitter for LTU, so expect the ball to go right back to the middle here.
Jackie Roselle looking to finish off the set and knot things up. Right on cue. Yeah.
Zakiya Hunt with the kill. That's what you do, man. You feed her. Feed the beast, man. She is a whole nother level this year.
That sends Mackenzie Fisher back to serve. One of 6 seniors in the Blue Devil roster as the decibel level rises inside of Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Blackford down the line.
Great dig.
McDonald goes off speed. They go over on 2.
You see how offensive the setter for Aquinas is? Man, she'll take any point and just chuck the ball to the back corners.
Callie Crawford, as you mentioned, athletic. Her first season really in that starting setter role. On track for her first 1,000 assist season in her collegiate career. Christy Doherty had one of those last season. She dumps it over there. Vipushin sprawling to no avail. And Aquinas has wrapped up this second set. It's the first set the Blue Devils have lost in their last 7 matches. As expected, we have ourselves a battle. We knew the Saints wouldn't go away lightly. In the past, they've played very tough, played very well against Lawrence Tech. LTU hasn't beaten the Saints since 2012, and now we find ourselves deadlocked at a set apiece. Josh, we knew we'd have a fun one coming in, and we have a third set coming up for you after this quick break on LTSN.
I grew up in Detroit and then moved to Farmington Hills. So I went to Central for a few years and then went to Wayne State and have a civil engineering degree, environmental engineering degree, and a couple masters as well, civil and environmental, with interest in chemistry as well. 30 years of coaching a women's team. Again, another interesting thing. It takes a different approach and a lot of psychology. My wife, Michaeline, is a psychologist, so that helps out a ton. I bring a lot of that in as well. We started out this summer coming off our best spring that we've had, so we made some improvements. We did really well spring ball, competed really well with some Division II teams, which is a step up for us. And then we had a specific finite role of people that we needed to fill for 2019, and I think we got a good incoming crew to do that. We've hosted more recruit days on campus than we ever have for 19 and 20. We've had over 12 2020s on campus already, so that's one of those things, and they're juniors now, so that's really good. We have a core group of great leadership kids and great seniors this year. I mean, it just absolutely is easy to coach them. So a lot of those successes and that stuff, we set the process, we steer a little bit as a coaching staff, and their foot's on the gas. Always challenging for the girls, and it's not anything the same old, it's always new and always, again, making them comfortable being uncomfortable. That's kind of the cool part. One that I put up on the board already is play in December. That means you made it to nationals, and I think that's a realistic goal. You either got to win the conference outright or you got to win the tournament at the end. So you got 2 shots at that. And I think that's one of those things that if I can get the leadership, the junior seniors hungry about, I think it's a doable, achievable goal.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. Fresh off of a busy summer, one of LTU's finest came into the studio to discuss what he was up to over the break.
Over the past couple of years, I've been able to work with a website called DetroitSportsMedia.com, and I work with them as an on-camera reporter. So this summer, I did some work with the Tigers, and I had the opportunity to do an interview with Daniel Norris, one of their pitchers, and he's just such an incredible, wide-ranging personality. So it was some good exposure and an excellent experience when it comes to interviewing.
While thriving with the Detroit Sports Media Group, Jason has also had his hands full going above and beyond as the voice of LTU athletics.
So Lawrence Tech has been certainly a vital part of my career so far. At a young age, they've allowed me to get repetitions doing up to 8 different sports. We do mostly TV broadcasts here, and they allow me to work with my play-by-play, which again is what I want to do more than anything in my life. I just love the rush of it, love the thrill of it. It's almost indescribable. I love to study it. It's like an art form. Again, we do TV play-by-play here, so I kind of consider that to be like the score to a movie. You know, you think of a movie and it's really, you see the pictures, but it's the sound that makes it come alive. Lawrence Tech gives me an incredible platform to be able to work on my passion.
Here's a taste of what you might be listening to in the near future on call for Detroit professional sports.
My heart is beating. The heart of Don Riddler Fieldhouse is beating. Another chance to close this one out. Christy Doherty, Isabella McDonald off the 10-foot line. Back set here to Libero. Doherty, the junior setter, to the junior Gramakova. Sprawling to no avail, and the Blue Devils have done it. They have captured the elusive feat of beating the Madonna Crusaders. They've done it in 4 sets. What a night on senior night.
For more information, go to LTUathletics.com and tune into all of their live-streamed home games to hear Jason Ross Jr. on the call.
Welcome back to LTSN. Deadlocked at a set apiece. During that break, the Blue Devils went into the locker room, which is something we never really see from them. You think maybe Ed Rule trying to get them refocused heading into this third set. They hadn't, as we mentioned prior to the break, dropped a set in their last 7 matches. Josh, your take on Aquinas in that second set of play, bouncing back, and obviously a set that they needed.
Yeah, I think the one thing that they cleaned up was their serve receiver. Their serve receive was a lot better. They had a lot more 3-option passes, and they got to engage all of their hitters like a good offense would. You engage your outsides, your middles, your right sides. Now in this set, expect them to set a little bit of back row because they haven't set the back row a lot, and I know that's one of their primary options.
Something they're very effective with, especially with Jackie Roselle, who they will set here, and Zakiya Hunt was ready for that. They go back to Roselle on the repeat set. Heiduck couldn't quite get a good handle on it.
Good hustle by Mackenzie Fisher. Definitely a great touch by her. Here the Devils want to start this set out quick and in front so they can get back to their winning ways in the first set. That's a great pass by Mackenzie. A little off the net. Early off the bat, we see both teams setting the middles a lot. And Varvara with another great beat shot. She's even laughing. She doesn't even know how she made that shot. She was like, whoa.
Yeah. Vara has such a wonderful personality, so likable. Everyone loves her around campus, and she's playing so well this season. And as you mentioned, Rash has been excellent on that first contact. There's a shank pass. Roselle again. Rash was ready for it in the cross court. They really try to work it to Christensen in the middle.
Something that I've noticed has stopped from the Lady Blue Devils is they've stopped communicating. They haven't been communicating as effectively as they had in the first set. And I think we see a lot of plays, like little plays, that lead to be out of system instead of easy plays that should be picked up if you communicate that lead into in-system transitions.
We mentioned they had been so consistent throughout the season. Ed Rule told me a couple of weeks ago that, last year or in years past, there would be times when they might have that natural drop-off, whether it's an entire match or whether it's in the midst of a set. But this year, he said he hasn't really seen that. So maybe a bit of a shock here that they have now dropped a set for the first time in 7 matches as Lodge tries to get on a roll back on the service line.
Yeah, I think as well we haven't seen that bit of a drop here because they're more mature as a team. They're a lot older. But also they haven't played the best or the stiffest competition as we're seeing tonight, someone who can match up with them at the net and defensively. So this is a whole new scenario, like we haven't seen this the whole season, someone being able to stop Sakia so frequently, like they just did.
Kenzie Sanders and Callie Crawford teaming up there all over Zakia Hunt. The blocking for Aquinas was one of their strong suits in the sweep of Concordia a couple of nights ago. Wasn't really on in the first set, but they picked it up defensively.
I mean, it takes a minute when you're coming into a crowded game like this one, to come in here and get your troops going.
There's a sharp slice into the cross court from Roselle. Doherty's swing is long, and Aquinas is off to their best start to a set tonight, picking up right where they left off. We had to go to the win by 2 scenario in the second set. Aquinas won it 28-26. Lawrence Tech won the first set 25-16. It's been a raucous atmosphere tonight. There's the side out they needed.
Yeah, and here we see their body language is kind of starting to change here a little. This is when they got to really stick to their grinds and actually try getting, staying in the game and being a team. And this is when what your team is made of. When in these situations when you can't score and it's difficult for you to score against a good, very solid Aquinas team here.
Powering that one on the slide, Peyton Klein. We've touched on her throughout the broadcast. Played well offensively and defensively a couple of nights ago against Concordia, particularly on that slide. Had a couple of solo blocks as well. Interesting on the sideline, though, Josh, for Lawrence Tech. Zakia Hunt talking to assistant coach Dave Nichols, as we have seen Zakia struggle a bit in the latter stages of that second set, as they really started to key in on her. 6-3 now in favor of Aquinas, with Roselle back to serve.
Yeah, and then as being coached by Dave, I think all he was telling her is hey, you're trying to do too much. Go out there and just play your game, She's trying to bounce balls into the 10-foot line and really hit sharp angles. Go out there and hit deep corners and be confident. That's probably what he told her. He has all confidence in her. He's a great coach.
Players really gravitate toward him on the men's and women's side here at Lawrence Tech. Doherty, beautiful serve.
Let's see, so the Christy Doherty serve is completely different to any other serve you're going to see. So it's not a floater or it's not a topspin. It's a hybrid. So it's a new serve that there is. You see how she's trying to put float movement into the ball, but at the same time spin? She's trying to do that so it has a sideways spin, so it bounces off of your platform weirdly and it shanks sideways. So it's like the newest take in women's volleyball, a hybrid serve. So it's a combination of both, float and top.
She wants to be up there in service aces, assists, and digs. For most, that's a pretty difficult task. For her, certainly in the realm of possibility, leading the Blue Devils in service aces, leading the conference in service aces this season. Every time you go back there, it feels like she's going to go on a run of 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah, she's one of those players. She has a great serve. Very offensive-minded with the serve. Here we see it again with a hybrid serve, and when it's on, it's on.
Look at that block. It's Madeline Hudson and Varvara Gramakova.
The Devils trying to urge each other to go. Come on, girls, wake up. Here we see Coach from Aquinas completely switch his OH2 into someone that we haven't seen yet in the set, which is number 2.
That's Maddie Ingraham, Grand Rapids native. Head coach Ryan Campbell in his first season, taking over after the very successful Rick Schroeder, 35-8 season a year ago, opted to step down due to wanting to spend more time with his family, and now a timeout taken by Ryan Campbell. 9-6 in this third set of play in favor of Lawrence Tech. We're locked at a set apiece. You're watching Lawrence Tech women's volleyball on LTSN.
Student athletes from LTU have been known to go above and beyond off the field, and this week we caught up with one of the men's soccer team captains to talk about a pretty cool opportunity he had this summer.
So back in December, our graduate assistant coach, Paulo Ripotas, he informed me of this opportunity with the American Red Cross that he participated in back in the summer 2016. And this past June, 12 other students and myself, all from the NAIA, all student athletes, we went to the American Red Cross headquarters in downtown Washington, D.C., and we were
Welcome back to LTSN. The 10-1 Lawrence Tech Blue Devils taking on the 5-8 Aquinas Saints. Lawrence Tech currently in sole possession of first place in the WAC Conference. On a nice run here with Christy Doherty back to serve, the reigning WAC setter of the year. Came into the season with a list of goals. Ed Rule had a list of goals for the head coach, but they kind of met. He said, okay, yeah, we're on the same page. There is Doherty defensively, and a bump set from Rash to Gramakova.
Here we see a very interesting take on it. Christy Doherty, whenever she takes the first ball, the Libero, Mackenzie, looks to feed her on the 40 ball, which is the back row swing from the right side. I mean, she's just a great athlete. She goes out there, she can swing, she can set, she can serve, she can pass. She's just a great volleyball player.
Olivia Martinelli back to serve now for Aquinas after they ended that run. Unable to take the line away from Madeline Hudson that time. The freshman middle who they like to run on the slide. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast that middle hitter position is one that, as a blocker as well, it can be a tough task to adjust from club and high school play to college level volleyball because of the speed and power that comes along with this level. They had to replace a couple of players that position last year, including Desi Cook. They feel they have some nice depth there this season. And a nice backup for Zakiya Hunt, who is coming off an Attacker of the Week award in the WAC Conference for Lawrence Tech. She's over on the sideline right now. Nicole Heiduck back to serve. Such a calm player. Little off-speed touch over the block of Gramakova and Hudson that time.
It's the first off-speed we've seen in a while from Aquinas, hasn't it? They've been swinging a lot lately. And as a result, you see how it scores because everyone's on their heels waiting for that power swing, and you just loop it right over the block.
Callie Crawford's done well on the service line. Tonight, the Grand Rapids, Michigan native, redshirt junior, her first year in that starting setter role. Took over for their senior setter, Kelsey Fisher, a season ago, and she stepped into that role nicely. Fisher, along with Kristen Danielson, who finished her career with 1,000 kills and 1,000 digs for Aquinas. You think of the likes of those players Aquinas had to deal with, losing them to graduation, replacing their coaching staff. Talked about how Ryan Campbell was in his first year. The very successful Rick Schroeder decided to step down to spend more time with his family. So the natural adjustments have caused some issues. They're already one loss away from matching their loss total in conference play a season ago. They're 2-2 in WAC play. Only lost 3 matches in conference play last season, went 17-3.
Wow.
Meanwhile, 12-10 in favor of Lawrence Tech in this third set. Side out.
Here we see another point scored with their off speed. Like their coaches emphasize, we gotta show off speed. Our girls aren't picking them up, and that's something that they're looking to just go after, and it's seemed successful for them, you know.
Something they worked on in practice in the days leading up to this matchup. Doherty sets Hunt, not the first time we've said that.
A great day by Doherty.
Overpass to work with and a scoring opportunity, but a Rash, nice up down the line there. Rash was ready again. Sprawling effort from Lodge to no avail. And Aquinas has knotted things up in this third set.
So here we just seem to be a little out of control with our platform digging. All we got to do is get back to digging with control so we can transition and put the ball down.
No touch detected there. And Aquinas has retaken the lead. Now in a nice run here.
Aquinas just gave him away. This was the rotation that they've been bleeding points here with Varvara Gromakova going back to serve. So let's see if Varvara can exploit them here with her BB serving tonight.
Gromakova from Moscow, Russia. Her mom, Svetlana, oftentimes tunes into our broadcasts. Roselle. Jackie Roselle continuing what's been a nice night, leading Aquinas in kills, now in double figures with 10.
Here we see our passing falling apart a little. I mean, other than that, if we get a first ball contact to go into a three-point pass, we'll be completely fine. But we need a first ball side out right here. We need a good pass. That's a good pass by Nicole Heiduck.
Long distribution on the slide, but it sails long.
Lots of hitting errors here.
Carly Morris, the Libero, back to serve now, applying some nice pressure. They'll have a free ball to work with because of it. Out of the middle, Peyton Klein. Off hands. And
touch out of the middle.
The Aquinas sideline really getting into it now. Leads to a timeout from head coach Ed Rule. This Aquinas team just 5-8 on the season, but they have played very well historically against Lawrence Tech. Up 17-13 in the third set. Knotted up at a set apiece. You're watching Lawrence Tech women's volleyball on LTSN.
The biggest thing that we've done is we've really built the family aspect, and we've really pushed the idea of getting the students to kind of take leadership and ownership of getting amped up for games. And it's just one of those that fall, football, marching band, they all go together.
You know, we get to lay the groundwork for what we want this to be, and it's really awesome. We've gotten a lot of freedom to, make this what we want of it, because we work together as a team to meet our end goal, but we don't even know where the end is. This is just the beginning. So it's definitely a really awesome experience to kind of do what we want with the program.
Welcome back to LTSN. Inside of Don Riddler Fieldhouse, a raucous atmosphere tonight for Friday night volleyball on campus. This student body has really caught on to how well this program has done here. 11-1 in their last 12 matches on this home floor. Looking for the side out of this timeout. They go back to Hunt on the slide.
There it is. She'll get back in track here. I know she's had a couple of swinging errors here and there, but I think once she gets going, she'll start picking it up here. She has to get involved for our team to be successful. She's our middle, and she's our MB blocker #1, so she has to be a threat.
One attacker of the week last week in the WAC conference, as Just Lodge comes up with her first ace of the match.
And we're only down 2 again, so we're right back in it.
just lodged, played at Dakota High School with Nicole Heiduck, who isn't on the floor right now. Aquinas able to cut off that 2-0 run out of the timeout.
The Dakota High School is known for literally making volleyball players. Like, they made Carly Schneider. She played Florida. She was a Gator, D1, All-American at Florida, and great girl and great player.
You can just tell right out of Dakota High School, their players oftentimes are beyond their years when they enter as freshmen. Just Lodge coming off a nice freshman campaign.
Yeah, they are. They really are. I mean, they come out of high school playing at such a high level that it really transitions right into college. And their coaching, they have really good coaching.
All of a sudden, Aquinas has picked it back up on a 2-0 run of their own. Roselle has been awesome since the end of that first set, leading the Saints in kills tonight with 11. And for the first time tonight, Aquinas hits the 20-point first.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see their body language completely shifted. If you look at the Aquinas bench, everyone in that single bench is in it right now. And at LTU, we see confusion, miscommunication.
Free ball to work with there. Peyton Klein. Talk about awesome since that first set. She will force LTU to call another timeout. Peyton Klein played well offensively and defensively a couple of nights ago, picking it up right where she left off. 21-15 in favor of Aquinas, looking to go up 2-1 on the team that is currently in sole possession of first place in the conference, Lawrence Tech. We'll take another quick breather here on LTSN. You're watching LTU Women's Volleyball and your home for LTU Athletics.
You sit on the sidelines, but your heart is running across that field. His drive becomes yours, his dreams too. So when a torn ACL and concussion threaten those dreams, choose the sports medicine team that treats the whole athlete. Henry Ford Health System. We combine the most innovative technology with a personalized treatment plan so he can get back his confidence. And you can get back to being his biggest fan. Henry Ford Health System. All for you.
Welcome back to LTSN. Jason Ross Jr. alongside LTU men's volleyball player Josh Eckert. Josh, when you have hitting errors creeping in, what are those conversations usually like at this stage of a match?
Well, usually the coaches go up to you and they tell you to keep swinging. Swing how you've been swinging the whole season and swing a little higher. Usually when you're making hitting errors or getting blocked, it's because you're swinging low into the meat of the block instead of swinging high into the high hands to get that off of the court swing. So coach probably told them just keep swinging and it'll start falling into place here.
Mackenzie Fisher, a service specialist, back in. Klein has been magnificent on that slide. We talked about dynamic opposites. Klein is right up there.
She can really run that slide. She gets up.
She hit 400 a couple of nights ago against Concordia to go along with 7 kills. Really an incredible athlete. Talked about how she still holds the high jump record at Romeo High School.
Really good players coming out of Romeo High School as well. Gia Milano plays for the Baylor Bears. She graduated from Baylor and great All-American player. Also coached by our very own Dave Nichols.
Coach Karch Karai as well.
Yes, he did. At UCLA, he did coach Karai. For people who don't know who Karch Karai is, he's the head coach for the Women's USA national team. So it's a very big and very knowledgeable man sitting on our bench there.
Gosh, his wealth of knowledge for the game. I just love listening to him and Paul Sunderland. Those two are fantastic. Two of our favorites.
Oh, yeah, they really are. They really are. Words can't explain how much we like Karch Karai and Paul Sunderland.
Our love for them is palpable. Meanwhile, back to the match we go. It's Olivia Martinelli, 2 points away from giving Aquinas a 2-1 lead. Applying the service pressure here. It'll be a scoring opportunity for Aquinas. Set point.
Here the girls just got to regroup. they definitely have to regroup. They got to get to what was working in the first set that led us to come out. They came out strong. They came out focused. They came out with an objective. And now it seems like they've started to lose sight of it.
The Blue Devils stay alive for at least another point. Martinelli, the pride of Byron Center, Michigan, will head out. And Nicole Heiduck, another Dakota High School product, will head back to the service line. Nice soft touch. Rash will bump set Gramakova. The block was up. Christensen over there teaming up with Maddie Ingraham. Lodge able to tool the block. Keeps Lawrence Tech alive in this third set.
Here we go. This is what you like to see, a little bit of resiliency from the Blue Devils. You know, they're here, they're fighting. Here we go. This is all we like to see. You create momentum for your next set always, because volleyball is all about momentum, as we said before. Christensen, we all knew the ball was going to her.
Kylie Christensen, one of the best middles in the conference, finishes off the set, gives Aquinas a 2-1 lead. You mentioned the word resiliency. Lawrence Tech hasn't had to show much resiliency so far this season. Coming into tonight, they hadn't lost a set in their last 7 matches. All of a sudden, they've dropped 2 sets in a row. We'll head back for the 4th set when we come back on the other side of the break. Aquinas with a chance to finish this one off on the road inside of the Riddler. You're watching Lawrence Tech Women's Volleyball on LTSN.
What we've been working on with the girls is trying to grow the team to be more involved with athletics and being a competitive team. We did our first competitions last year, and it went really great. It was an amazing learning experience. It taught us a lot about what we needed to work on as a team. One of the things that we really got to do is we challenged ourselves to be dancing at a higher level. We've been working with the girls on choreography and really pushing our limits as a team.
Well, we went to camp this year, which we didn't do last year, and I think that was a really good bonding experience because it was a kind of a tough camp, and so we all kind of struggled together and kind of brought us together.
For practice, we normally get up, and our practices are from 6 to 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then tomorrow we have pep rally, so we have a little bit of a practice before that. Saturdays is when the game is, and so we'll practice early in the morning on the field. We go to the tailgate, and then we perform.
It's very exciting because it's the first time our freshmen are going to perform for the school, and so they're going to dance for the crowd and have fun.
For us, we're planning on being almost there for every game. We're planning to keep it peppy, making sure the crowd is with us, and just excited overall.
What we're really trying to get people to see us as is the energy at the games. We want to be part of that group along with the band that's really building people up and getting them excited to be just in that whole atmosphere.
My name is Erin Atala. My major is biomedical engineering. I'm a freshman and I'm in the LTU marching band. I'd really like to go to Italy one day because I've been to Europe before and it's beautiful. M&Ms because I really like chocolate. Pineapple does not belong on pizza because I don't like pineapple and I don't think the flavors fit well together at all. My favorite thing about Lawrence Tech is the class size. I really like that they're small and personal and get to know your classmates and your teacher and ask them questions.
Welcome back to LTSN. A 4th set we go. Aquinas up 2-1. Didn't expect to be saying that coming into this one, really. Aquinas at 5-8 on the season. Lawrence Tech at 10-1, but they've struggled historically against this Aquinas team. And Josh, the serve-pass battle has been interesting. Started out favoring Lawrence Tech. Now it's flipped. Aquinas really taking advantage. They've served tougher and they've defended well. They're getting that good first contact more often.
It's shifted because of the energy. I mean, you can hear the energy. We're playing at home and it sounds like Aquinas is playing at home, you know? Like, there's just Our bench is completely dead. The girls got to pick up each other, and that's what volleyball is all about. It starts right here. Look at this defense. Wow.
We talked about their defense picking up. Roselle! Jackie Roselle after the marvelous, scrappy defensive effort from the Saints.
Wow, she's just hitting right over the top of her block, like completely over. And I am sorry, this team does not look like a 5-8 team at all.
Roselle is such a high Q outside hitter. Nice up there from Morris. They go back to Roselle. Block was up that time. Work in the middle, Peyton Klein.
And I repeat again, this team does not look like a 5-8 team and a 2-2 team at the WAC. And they do not at all. Maybe they were just not gelling together and the chemistry wasn't there, but tonight they're playing phenomenal.
Aquinas has begun to take the crowd out of it a bit. Lodge. Able to get a touch.
We just need our girls to wake up here a little bit. We need our bench to get into it so they can pick up their teammates. Volleyball is all about energy, and they're letting the energy get sunk out of this.
That
gym.
sends just who you want on the service line back to serve, and Dramakova. Can she piece together a run here?
I think this is the first time I've seen Klein miss a slide.
Yeah. We mentioned she hit 400 the other night.
She just missed a slide, and this lady gets up. She gets up like no one else. For the first time, we see Morgan coming into the game.
Morgan Mignari is one of the better passers on this Blue Devil team. Perhaps bringing her in situationally here. Actually doesn't travel with the team. Interesting story. She wants to focus on her academics. She's a molecular and cell biology major here at Lawrence Tech. Naturally, Lawrence Tech is a very difficult school, academically wise, very rigorous, so she opted not to travel, but a very good player out of Shrine Catholic High School in Royal Oak, Michigan, which is just about 20 minutes away from here.
Yeah, like you said, he brings her in, but he's bringing her in to solidify passing. Like you said, she is their best passer, so he wants her in there taking the majority of the context because that's something that has to be improved, you know? And if you want to win volleyball games, you got to be a good passing team at the end of the day.
Lodge serves the libero Morris.
Here we see the pipe attack.
That time off the 3-meter line, it was a big swing that time from Allie Martin.
Here we see Aquinas is trying to actually start the back row swinging here, get it going here a little bit. It gives you a whole nother dimension to the game when you have a back row swinger that can swing for points and for kills.
So now LTU will bring in one of their service specialists, Mackenzie Fisher. Lawrence Tech in a must-win set for the first time in WAC play. Down 2-1. We play best 3 sets out of 5 to 25, but Lawrence Tech trying to force what would have to be a shortened 5th set to 15. We knew we would be in for a fun one tonight as Maddie Ingraham knots things back up. She really is an incredible character off the court. There's a lot of work in the community from Grand Rapids, but actually went to a prep school in Wisconsin, Appleton North. Decided to return home for her college volleyball. She's an athletic training major, daughter of Sarah and Randy. Spends a lot of time with her family when she's not playing volleyball.
A very interesting story that you have with her.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
We really do love telling the stories of these athletes, and it's a pleasure to have you with us once again tonight on LTSN. It's been an exciting edition of LTU Women's Volleyball. There's a stab from Doherty. Free ball to work with here for Aquinas. Wasn't so free, though. The Blue Devils are able to escape there and come away with the point.
Here we see Christy Doherty with her hybrid serve. Let's see if we can accumulate a couple of points here on her serve.
She has had some very aesthetically pleasing serves tonight. That time the short serve leads to the overpass that is dumped right down. Once again, Timeout called by head coach Ryan Campbell. Back and forth we go when it comes to this serve-pass battle tonight. 8-5 is the Lawrence Tech lead in this must-win fourth set for Lawrence Tech. Uncharted territory tonight for the Blue Devils, trailing 2-1. We'll take a quick breather. You're watching Lawrence Tech women's volleyball on LTSN.
We are holding our prospect camp, and we open it up from 7th grade all the way up to seniors. Going into their senior year, and we're holding it here at Troy Athens High School, and we got a gorgeous day for it. What it is people who have the dream of playing college softball, and for us, we have some people who are extremely interested in LTU that have come to the camp, or that they're looking to go on to college and play college softball. We go over.
Welcome back to Lawrence Tech. Welcome back to the Lawrence Tech Sports Network, your home for Blue Devil Athletics. Christy Doherty looking to get on a run here. Looking for the side out are the Saints. Miscommunication there as Crawford was looking for Ingraham. Christensen showing off her power out of the middle, and they do get the much-needed side out of that timeout.
Yeah, that's someone they're going to look to activate a lot here when they're down. They're going to give her the ball. She's someone who can take over the game and completely change the outcome of the game. So look for her to get a lot of sets in this fourth and decisive fourth set.
McDonald on the outside. Hadn't called her name in a while. Got off to a hot start. Isabella McDonald, the junior from Farmington, Michigan, Mercy High School, mentioned she was really excited coming into this season. Just a really cool person to talk to.
Yeah, she really is. She knows a lot about the game, and she just hits the crap out of the ball.
When her timing is on, she is really on. So is Maddie Ingraham, though, as she begins to heat up. One of just a few seniors on this relatively young Aquinas team.
You definitely see a lot of combination plays here ran by both teams. They're using their outsides coming into a two ball into the middle of the court, trying to expand and have better blocking matchups against their hitters.
Good defensive work on both sides here. Transition opportunity, Doherty. Roselle tried to slice that one inside of the 3-meter line. She was really slicing it tight there, maybe a bit too tight, and that goes wide.
Yep, like you said, just a little too tight, you know? You want to be a little tricky and finessing your shots, but she tried finessing that shot a little too much.
That sends Shelby Rash back to serve. They were really high on her, transferring it out of Muskegon Community College. Able to get a slither of the line there was Kenzie Sanders. Grand Rapids, Michigan native, stayed right at home to play her college volleyball. Aquinas is located in Grand Rapids. Sanders hitting .375 in conference play. Nice soft touch again. Roselle. Long distribution to Lodge.
The gray high swing hands. Wow, high hand swinging. She is definitely one of the terminal outsides in the conference. She elevates. She has all the shots in the book. She hits high hands. She hits straight into the court. She hits tools. Wow, a lot of tools in her hitting list here. Another communication error by the LTU Lady Blue Devils. It's sad to see because they have played such a clean set until right now, and now it's tied right back up to 10-10. They worked so hard for that 3-point lead, and they just squandered it.
We go back to Roselle, trying to dump it into the vacant area. Lodge scrambles over. Vaunted block of Gramakova, and Hunt up once more. They go back to Vara.
setter is still very offensive for the Aquinas Saints. She's looking to dump the ball whenever she can, and it seems like she has the green light from the coach.
And oftentimes when your setter can be so athletic and you have to keep an eye on her defensively, takes blockers away from the other hitters, sets up isolation situations, etc. Klein on the slide. That's been the go-to move tonight. At Nebraska, they're calling it the Stivrin slide. I think in Grand Rapids, they can call it the Klein slide.
I like that. Lauren Stivrin is one of my favorite middles. She can really run that slide. Yeah. And Klein really reminds me of Lauren Stivrin. She doesn't have the height, but man, does she have the hops and the cannon of an arm, too.
Well, here's Meredith Krause back to serve, the sophomore.
Here we see Chrissy Doherty. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Talking about athletic setters. Mentioned that she just disguises that so well.
She really does, and she really feels the game like no one else does.
Ed Rule called her a once-in-a-decade player, then joked and said maybe she's a once-in-a-hundred-year player. Here she is setting a McDonald, who's able to tool the block.
We got to get Isabella McDonald going here. She's hitting at a very low percentage right now, and as soon as she picks it up, the whole team picks it up with her because she is one of those engines to the team.
Roselle was stuffed by Gramakova and Hunt. Had another crack at it. Blue Devils dump it over. And Just Lodge back to serve, up 14-11 meanwhile.
Hunt might not have the best offensive night, but she's definitely giving the team a lift with her blocking here. She got 2 solid blocks, and look at the difference on the team. You can see it in their body language. You can see it in their communication skills.
Now up 15-11, and in a must-win set, we'll see how Aquinas responds out of the timeout. Lawrence Tech up 15-11 in a 4th set that they have to win to stay alive in this match.
So you want to work out, and you're curious about supplements, but don't know where to start. All you have to do is, oh, you're already done. With the Benefit Box, you get full-size supplements customized to you and tailored to your fitness goals. With easy-to-use instructions delivered right to your front door. Visit www.thebenefitbox.com to get started on building your box and you today.
Welcome back to LTSN. Lawrence Tech up 15-11 in this 3rd set. Just Lodge back to serve. McDonald turns that down the line. 16-11.
Here we see the bench of the LTU Lady Blue Devils getting into it, and you can see the difference for the team. I mean, exactly what I mentioned before. You can completely tell the body language completely shifting and the momentum shifting into the LTU side.
Still having trouble stopping that, though. Peyton Klein on the slide, the reoccurring theme tonight for this Aquinas side. It's been a magnificent and aesthetically pleasing go-to for the Saints. Ran it well the other night and it picked off right where they left off. Swept the season series with Lawrence Tech a season ago. Coming into this match, though, LT was favored. Currently atop the WAC conference at 4-0, 10-1 overall. Aquinas had to replace some key pieces, only 5-8 on the season, 2-2 in WAC play, coming off a 35-8 year where they went 17-3 in conference play, but lost some of their best players, the likes of Kelsey Fisher, Chen Lo, Kristen Danielson. Lost their head coach. Rick Schroeder said he wanted to spend more time with his family. Ryan Campbell has stepped in. He's taken a tough task of coaching a young group. Typically in this sport, the youth can lead to natural hurdles. And we've seen them tonight, though, perhaps have their best match of the season on the road.
Like you said, it does look like they're having their best match of the season here tonight. I mean, Kleinen just looks unstoppable on that slide. Free ball coming here for Lawrence Tech. Let's see if they can gobble it up.
McDonald capitalizes on the scoring opportunity.
And this is what I was talking about. We get Isabella McDonald going, the whole game and the atmosphere of the game changes. I mean, she is just one of those players, like Coach says. She can take over a match, and she's one of those players. If she hits 300, high 250s in their hitting percentage, we're going to have a great night.
Coaching staff that said they feel she can be a player who could hit 400 every night. As Reinali Calisin sprawls out, the Alberta native. That time a bit tougher from Christensen. As Aquinas will head back to the service line. Kelly Crawford, she's done well back there tonight. Such an offensive-minded setter. 18-14, the Blue Devil lead in this fourth set. Really facing adversity for the first time in conference play. They hadn't dropped a set in their last 7 matches entering tonight. All of a sudden, they've dropped 2 in a row. Doherty looks for Varvara Gramakova, who the coaching staff calls their Russian secret weapon. Although Maddie Ingraham able to tool the block.
Right here, they need a side out. This is a very big point for the LTU Blue Devils. This is the rotation they usually get stuck in, and they bleed a lot of points with the setter for Aquinas serving.
We get the back row attack called there.
Just a little too tight of a pass for Christy to handle it with 2 hands.
This time Doherty sets the freshman Madeline Hudson.
That's the side out they were looking for right there. Sad that it has to come from an error, but happy that we got the side out.
That sends Nicole Heiduck, who has such a business-like, calm personality, back to serve. And that point will go to Lawrence Tech as it sails long. The swing coming that time off the arm of Kenzie Sanders.
It might look like she missed the court by 10 feet, but it's a good high swing. She's looking for the block, the edges of the block instead of hitting into the meat of the block, and that's the way you score against the big block, like LTU's block.
Fourth set, ladder stages. Lawrence Tech needs to win this set to stay in the match. They've won 11 of their past 12 on this home floor. Able to find the donut hole in the middle of the court, Christy Doherty.
Christy Doherty, man. The feel that she has for her game, I can't get tired of saying it. Man, she sees the court. She sees how the players are moving, man. She knows exactly where the hole is at every single time on the court.
Sometimes it feels like she has eyes in the back of her head when she's passing. You watch her, and you just say to yourself, that was phenomenal, but maybe not so much for Christy because you're just so used to it. And that's what head coach Ed Rule says.
Yeah, you're just so used to it. Like, see her make these type of plays day in and day out, and it's something that lifts the team up. Like a setter doesn't get any better than that, man, in volleyball.
Cross-court distribution to Roselle.
Here we can see Roselle got a little tight on that swing. She tried hitting, again, cutting the ball really sharp towards that cross-court, and it hits the tape and rolls right out of bounds.
Kenzie Sanders hitting .375 in conference play. And these Saints will not go away in this set. They're up 2-1. There's been a couple of times where it's felt like Lawrence Tech might get on that run to finish off the set, but still very much in a battle here. Big bomb from Jess Lodge.
The bomb by Jess Lodge, but they give the credit to Christy Doherty. She literally left her with no blocks on the outside. That means she's looking at the block and she knows exactly who to set and when to set her. But then again, we see the no block situation because Sakia Hunt is in the middle, so everyone thought the ball was going to be going to the middle, like on this one. Oh, the first time tonight.
Roselle just has to punch that over. Hunt on the slide! And the decibel level rises inside of Don Riddler Fieldhouse.
Great swing by Sakia Hunt. Exactly when we needed her. She came through and delivered. Great swing by my roommate.
Klein answers right back. Did we expect anything else?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. But basically, she just told Sakia Hunt, what you can do, I can do better. Watch this one.
Gosh, those two have been so fun to watch tonight.
They really have, and really athletic middles. They're short, by volleyball standards, but very, very athletic middles.
Aquinas trying to stay alive here. Set point for Lawrence Tech. Looking to send it to a fifth and final set. Nice up there from Hyde Up. Lodge dumps it over. Ball goes down, and that will finish off the fourth set. We will head to a fifth and final set. This was a highly anticipated match coming into tonight in the conference. It has lived up to expectations. 2 sets apiece. We'll find out who claims it on the other side of the break. You won't want to miss this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Blue Devil Women's Volleyball on LTSN.
What we've been working on with the girls is trying to grow the team to be more involved with athletics and being a competitive team. We did our first competitions last year, and it went really great. It was an amazing learning experience. It taught us a lot about what we needed to work on as a team. One of the things that we really got to do is we challenged ourselves to be dancing at a higher level. We've been working with the girls on choreography and really pushing our limits as a team.
Well, we went to camp this year, which we didn't do last year, and I think that was a really good bonding experience because it was a kind of a tough camp, and so we all kind of struggled together and kind of brought us together.
For practice, we normally get up, and our practices are from 6 to 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then tomorrow we have pep rally, so we have a little bit of a practice before that. Saturdays is when the game is, and so we'll practice early in the morning on the field. We go to the tailgate, and then we perform.
It's very exciting because it's the first time our freshmen are going to perform for the school, and so they're going to dance for the crowd and have fun.
For us, we're planning on being almost there for every game. We're planning to keep it peppy, making sure the crowd is with us, and just excited overall.
What we're really trying to get people to see us as is the energy at the games. We want to be part of that group along with the band that's really building people up and getting them excited to be just in that whole atmosphere.
My name is Erin Atala. My major is biomedical engineering. I'm a freshman and I'm in the LTU marching band. I'd really like to go to Italy one day because I've been to Europe before and it's beautiful. M&Ms because I really like chocolate. Pineapple does not belong on pizza because I don't.
Welcome back to LTSN. To a fifth set we go. Josh, the serve pass battle has been interesting. One of my favorite broadcasters, a wonderful person as well, Courtney Lyle, she was doing the Michigan-Notre Dame match last Sunday, and she said at one point that a coach once told her, when you're in system, it's all glitter, rainbows, and unicorns. I guess in this match, looking at the serve pass battle, how do you feel about that so far?
It's very accurate. It is all glitters, rainbows, and unicorns, man. Because if you can pass 3 option passes every single time, like pass in and pass out, your offense is going to run, and you're going to be getting hitters hitting high efficiency numbers. So that's what you look like. That's what's going to look like, just a well-oiled machine.
And in fifth sets, oftentimes we talk about the rotation that you come out in. You want to finish in a good one. What are you looking at here? on the Lawrence Tech and Aquinas side, that aspect of things?
So basically, the fifth set is completely different. It's a sprint, not a marathon. It's all the way to 15, and we switch at 8 points. We switch sides. So you want to start off on your strongest rotation. So usually coaches adhere and move and switch their rotations a little bit just to have the key players more time on the floor.
Well, off we go. Able to catch the line. Rash opted to let it go. So a service ace to begin things there from Allie Blackford. One of the best servers on this Aquinas team. Pretty good first contact there from Heiduck on the serve receive. Overpass is dumped over by Zakia Hunt.
Nice swing by Varvara Gramakova, was using the block to her advantage, hitting it deep into the court, and we see the error from the libero from Aquinas, just a little too tight of a dig. Gobbled up by Zakia Hunt.
Here is their Russian secret weapon, in the words of Ed Rule, and one of their best servers. Shelby Rash was there in the cross court.
Here we go. We can see the crowd getting into it. This is what I like to see here at the Don Riddler. If the girls keep it going on this rotation, they're going to have a pretty good fifth set here. With her serve, she's been unstoppable tonight. So Varvara Gramakova, ladies and gentlemen, all the way straight from Russia.
More service pressure being applied. Nice soft touch transition opportunity brewing.
There's Zakia. All right, Zakia with the hard transition play and a high swing into the middle of the block. And as we see here again, Lawrence Tech feeding off of the Varvara Gramakova serve.
Lawrence Tech at 10-1 on the season, 4-0 in WAC play. Hadn't dropped a set in their last 7 matches coming into this one. All of a sudden they dropped 2 in a row tonight, but were able to force a 5th. They go back to Lodge this time around.
Nice
Some really good defensive work in this 5th so far. Down the line goes Roselle as they weren't able to close off that line shot. Roselle has been magnificent, to say the least, over the past couple of sets, leading Aquinas in kills tonight. That was her 15th, one of 2 players for Aquinas in double figures. Peyton Klein, the other with 10. She's been sensational on the slide. And now here is Blackford back to serve, looking to get on a little bit of a run.
Here it is. First ball side out by Lawrence Tech. That's what you like to see. Here comes our power hitter, Bella McDonald. Let's see, so in girls volleyball, you try getting first to 5. So it's a very important. You take it by like 3s. So it's like 3 groups. So 5, first to 5, first to 10, first to 15. So like it's kind of little objectives to like simplify the game and not think about too far ahead in the 5th set, because it's all a mental game in this type of scenario. Great pass by Morgan.
Transition game has been fun to watch tonight for Lawrence Tech. Zakia Hunt getting amped up out of the middle there. The intensity is palpable. The pressure is immense. For Aquinas, first-year head coach Ryan Campbell looking for his biggest win so far. Ed Rule, this is the best start for Lawrence Tech
in program history, right?
Yep, 10-1 through 11 matches.
And there's Klein.
On the slide, to no surprise.
She is unstoppable, man, off of 1 foot. It is great to watch her play. She is explosive. She is fast. She is all you want in the middle. Athletic.
So athletic. Still holds the high jump record at Romeo High School, which is really a volleyball powerhouse. Here's McDonald at a Mercy High School, just about 15 minutes away from here. Double contact called. It's a big one in this 5th set, and it'll send Christy Doherty, so far this season, the best server in the conference, back to the service line.
Yeah, here we see Christy Doherty with her hybrid serve. Let's see if she can put a dent here in their passing.
One of 6 seniors for Lawrence Tech. She's been in this scenario before. Gramakova! Varvara Gramakova, such a likable personality. She's just hitting the ball harder this year. 7-4 in the 5th set in favor of Lawrence Tech, and that will spark a timeout from head coach Ryan Campbell. This is about as important as it gets for Aquinas. Down 3 in this 5th, looking for a quick side out of the break. We'll find out if they can get it. You're watching Lawrence Tech Women's Volleyball on LTSN. It's been a fun one, and you don't want to go anywhere.
My name is Erin Atala. My major is biomedical engineering. I'm a freshman and I'm in the LTU marching band. I'd really like to go to Italy one day because I've been to Europe before and it's beautiful. M&Ms because I really like chocolate. Pineapple does not belong on pizza because I don't like pineapple and I don't think the flavors fit well together.
Welcome back to LTSN. 7-4 in this 5th set. Lawrence Tech won the first, Aquinas won the next 2, and then LTU forced this 5th to 15.
Which they're leading 7-4. Here's an first to 8 right here. You want to be the first one to 8, be leading at the time of the switch. Wow, rare hitting error by Klein here. Very rare hitting error. She has not done that once the whole night, I don't think, tonight.
You can hear how fun of an atmosphere it's been tonight. One of the best, truly, in the history of this gym.
Wow,
They've been amped up
Jason.
and gravitating toward this Lawrence Tech women's volleyball program that really burst onto the scene last year with a program record 22 wins. This year on track to surpass that. 10-1, once again their best start in program history. Currently in sole possession of first place in the WAC. Looking to stay undefeated at home, where they were magnificent a season ago. They went 10-1 on this home floor last year. Word got around campus, 6 seniors. Doherty back to serve is one of them. Up 8-4 in the 5th. A service error there and a rare one.
That's all right. Here we go. All we need is a first ball side out, and we can keep on moving forward with our life. We're still up 3, so the pressure is on their side still, but all we got to do is a 3-point option pass right here.
Back goes Olivia Martinelli, who plays beach and indoor. McDonald utilizes the block. 9-5.
McDonald with the tool, the big swing, man. That's what you like to see in pressure situations. You don't want to be doing off speeds and rollings and tippings. You want to go up there and take a big hack at the ball. That's what you like to see, confidence in an outside.
They talked about getting her timing correct. When it's on, it's really on. Christensen.
Once again, they scored again off of one of our errors. So here, if we minimize errors, we definitely would have him. They seem to be a little nervous in the 5th set, which kind of helps us because our IQ and our maturity and our players and the experience that they have, it is so much more valuable than what anyone could think of.
They have a free ball to work with here. Gramakova goes off speed. Yando is ready. But the Blue Devils take the point. 10-6.
Varvara with the smart shot. It was a little tight of a set. She went out there, tipped it right over the block. That's a mature play, man. That's a senior play right there.
Service error from Shelby Rash. Keeps it tight. 10-7 now in this 5th set.
From 4 to 7, Aquinas points have been LTU errors. We have 2 missed serves and 1 hit out of bounds.
Something that we really haven't seen much of from this Lawrence Tech team so far. When they're in system, it's such a dynamic offense to watch because they have so many options just lodges one of them. Excellent first contact there.
Look at that. That's great swinging. Great swinging. It's been a really fun match to watch.
Gramakova, where she has been applying relentless service pressure in this one. 12-7, and the Blue Devils are nearing what could be a 5-set win.
It seems like every time she goes back there, the passing lineup for Aquinas just seems to like tense up.
Definitely some tension in the passing lanes when Gramakova has been back there, but a big swing down the line. Kylie Christensen.
Haven't heard much of her today, haven't we? Klein has been doing most of the swinging today and being effective with it too. Here we see a blocking substitution matchup. They brought her in to block Jessica Ludge because they think she's a better blocker than their actual blocker, number 10.
Zakia Hunt, I'll let the crowd noise tell the story that time around. Her family is in the stands.
Zakia Hunt with the 3-meter swing. Wow. What a time to come up with such a big swing.
There was some brilliant defensive work there. Rash laid out. But once again, the vacant area in the middle of the floor keeps the Saints alive.
Now you see again, Aquinas bringing in their actual right side. They just brought her in. She did her job. She went out there, blocked. And here she comes right back out.
Kenzie Sanders applying the service pressure and doing it well. She didn't see any action a couple of nights ago against Concordia and gets put into a big spot a couple of nights later on a Friday night. Nothing is touching the floor.
On either side.
Sends over, not the way that Aquinas probably would have wanted it, but fortuitously finding a nice spot in that right back area was Morris. And that'll spark a timeout from head coach Ed Rule. Once again, Aquinas not going anywhere. Now in the biggest of stages in this 5th set, LTU is 2 points away from claiming the match. 13-11 in a 5th set. You're watching Lawrence Tech Women's Volleyball on LTSN. Welcome back to LTSN. Listen to this place. Lawrence Tech 2 points away, make it 1 point away.
One more point for a solid 5-set victory. This team has faced adversity today, and they have fought it.
So perhaps one more timeout called by Ryan Campbell.
So here, Coach Dave, you can see him. He's going out there. He's telling them, please make sure that you're sealing the net down low. They're definitely going to set Klein on the slide ball here if they get a good pass. And he's telling them, go out there and hit the serve that you've been hitting the whole season. This is what coaches do to ice a server. So let's see if Mackenzie Fisher can come up with a big clutch serve here.
Four of Aquinas' first 5 conference matches have gone to 5 sets. They've been used to this. Lawrence Tech has not. Entering tonight, they hadn't dropped a set in their last 7 matches. It's been a bit more of an arduous affair tonight, but here's match point with Mackenzie Fisher back to serve. Peyton Klein out of the middle. Hudson was ready for it, and the Blue Devils claim this 5-set thriller here at the Riddler. It was a memorable atmosphere for a memorable win over a team that historically they have struggled against. 15-11, the final line in the 5th set. It was an absolute pleasure to bring you this one. First 5th set win of the season for Lawrence Tech. They haven't had to go this far, but tonight they did, and they answered and responded like an experienced team would. Composed and comfortable. And here's the salute to the crowd. What was a magnificent crowd tonight. We have to give a shout out to the turnout here inside of the Riddler. One of the best atmospheres in the history of this gym. Once again, a 5-set win for Lawrence Tech over Aquinas.
It has been a pleasure announcing with you, Jason, today. A lot of fun, and I hope to see this team again and keep maturing as they're going to do throughout the season, and I hope they achieve great things. They deserve it.
Well, Chase Kaufman on the camera. We have producer Kia Tyus. Alongside me, Joshua Eckert. I'm Jason Ross Jr. signing off. Have a wonderful night.